All right, so the next question reads, the tables that are presented in the question represent two linear functions in a system. What is the solution to the system? All right, so the first thing that we need to do before we even find a solution to our linear equations is to figure out what our linear equations are. So they gave us a table of values, and that's all we really need, to be honest, to find our linear equations. And the second part is to find a solution to that system. So what they mean by finding the solution to the system, in another word, is to actually find the point of intersection between these two lines. So the point of intersection between these two lines could be, there could be one point of intersection, and there can be infinite, or there can be zero. But we first have to figure out what our line equations are. So as you may or may not know, the standard form for a line equation is y equals mx plus b, where m is the slope of the line and b is the y-intercept of the line. Okay, so we're going to use this standard equation of the line to try to find our linear equations. Okay, and another thing to keep in mind is that the slope of a linear equation is known as the rise over the run of the line. Okay. So the rise over the run of the line, and that can also be equated to y2 minus y1 and x2 minus x1, where x1 and y1 and x2, y2 are points on the line. Okay. So we're going to use these two equations to find our linear equations. Okay. So let's talk about our first line. So our first line I'm going to label as A. Okay. So first we're going to calculate the slope. Okay, so we're going to just use these first 2 points here. So -6 and -22 and -3 and -10. All right. So if we're using our slope equation here, -10. Okay, so let me label my points first, so it's not confusing here. So we're going to have x1, y1 be -6 and -22. We're going to have x2, y2 be -3 and -10. Okay. So plugging it into our equation here, we have -10 minus -22, and then we have -3 minus -6. Okay, so what does that give us? We have 12 divided by 3. Okay, which is 4. So the slope of our first line, which is A, is going to be 4. So now we can plug it into our standard form. So now we have y equals 4x plus b. We need to find a y-intercept, so we're going to plug in 0 and 2. If we do that, we get oops, this is the wrong one. So we plug in 0 and 2, we get 2 equals 4 times 0 plus b, and b is equal to 2. So therefore, our line is y equals 4x plus 2. Okay, simple enough. Let's move on to b. Okay, so it's kind of hard to see these values, so I'm going to try to zoom in. Yeah, I can't. Let's see if I can read it. Okay, so they have 2 points here, so we're going to use it. So b, we're going to use the slope equation again, where x1 and y1 are -3 and -21, I believe, and where x2, y2 is 0 and -12. Okay, cool. So using our equation here, we're going to have -12 minus -21. We're going to have that's 0 minus -3, and what we get 21 minus 12, which is 9 divided by 3, and we have the slope equal to 3. We plug this into our equation, which is y equals 3x plus b, and we plug in 0 and -12, and what we get -12 equals 3 times 0 plus b. So b equals -12. All right, now we have found our two lines. Okay, so Therefore, y is equal to 3x minus 12, and we can move on. Okay. So now we need to find the point of intersection between these two lines, and it's going to be a is equal to, I should write a as this, a is equal to 4x, y equals 4x plus 2, and b is equal to y equals 3x minus 12. Okay, so there's two different techniques we can use here. We can either use the elimination method of finding the solutions or the substitution. Since we have the y isolated, y variable to be isolated, we're going to use the substitution technique. Okay, so we're going to plug a into b. Okay, what does that mean? We're going to sub y equals 4x plus 2 into our b equation. And if we could do that, then we get 4x plus 2 equals 3x minus 12. And what do we get? If we isolate for x, so we move x to the left side and all our constants to the right side, we get this, and we have x equals negative 14. Okay, all right, so if x equals negative 14, then we plug x equals negative 14 into, let's say, a, and what we get y equals 4 times negative 14 plus 2, and that's equal to negative 64 plus 2, which is equal to negative 62. Therefore, solution to the system is negative 14 and negative 62. Okay? 4 times, oh, sorry. 4 times 14 is 56. No, got a little ahead of myself. Sorry. It's negative 56. So it's negative 54. And that equals to negative 54. Sorry about that. I got a little bit ahead of myself. Okay, cool. So this solution is correct. Good work. Okay. All right, moving on to question number